Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Eagle defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Landry.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
The Eagles hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Just shy of midfield. Here's second down and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Swift going to try up the middle.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
You talk about this Lions defense.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Back to throw. Landry on the crossing route, complete. It's Ward.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good.
So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down and 6 now. Looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. He's to the 15. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that comes.
Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams.
This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Third down and 6. Looking to throw. Landry. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Go, go, go.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Once again, it's Swift. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Crawford, and he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Here we go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, second down. Operating from the gun. Landry eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw on third down, Landry into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson, and the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back to throw now on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Hey, no fear.
They'll set up to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Third quarter starts with a run from Swift.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to throw. Landry. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 79 yards.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get played. But I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it.
And got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 80 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 2.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right.
Right side to Williams.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right.
That is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They'll start at the 4.
There he goes, right side.
Still going inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
45, white.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Second and 10.
Here we go. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Let's put him on.
On the move past the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Sam Laporta.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions get a bit closer.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there for Philly. 47 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
That one let go deep for Laporta.
And now here's another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now 2nd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
2nd and 5.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And now off to the races down the right side.
DeAndre Swift.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it.
And, my goodness, another interception.
And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
125 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
They'll run on first down. Crawford. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Off play action. Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles.
And now here is another interception.
Keely Ringo picks it off.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
And they will take a knee here.
The partner under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Eagles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new